So I have, this is doing the personal database for Access. And again, I already have a blank Word document for my screenshots, and I might just go ahead and label that now. And I'm going to have 3 screenshots here. So let's do data sheet, and let's do a and this is just going to be our original table of data, and it'll be data sheet view, of course. That way everybody's is essentially the same. We'll just paste the screenshots in after each one. So it says to create a database of your own using a minimum of 5 fields and 10 records. So we're going to go to Access, and we're just going to create a blank one. So I just do File New. If you're already in it, blank database. And it's just, you could switch it to your Z drive, and you could just call it Personal Database. So you'll notice here it launched us, and we need to be in design view because we need to set the properties and what we're going to have in it. So normally everybody just does this of friends or family, so that's just what I'm going to put in mine. So remember, fields are what information we're putting in. Records is all the stuff we put in those fields, like so 10 people if we're doing names. So I'm going to do first name, and when I hit over, it's what kind of data is this? Well, it's their first name, so we'll just make this text. Then I'm going to just do their last name. And like I said, I'm just going to do a group of friends for my data, so I need 5 fields. So I have first name, last name. So has a car, and I'm switching mine options to yes or no. Now, if I list a bunch of adults, most of us probably have cars, so. But for you guys, it might vary a lot who has a car and who doesn't. So I'm going to put has a car. Maybe what phone? So I'm doing phone type, so I'll put like Android or Apple. And then, I don't know what else. Favorite lunch place? Where they like to go to eat for lunch if they're the ones who picks. And I'll do another short text. So I'm just going to save. Make sure you get a save in. You guys don't have to do the ones I'm doing, but you need 5 things that you would know about whoever you're putting in there. So then From here, I can go to Datasheet View. And now you're just putting in the information for your friends. For practice sake, if you use tab, it goes down to the next record. And so again, I'm in the datasheet view now. So again, when I'm entering these in, these are records. So when we talk about fields, it was setting up the fields or categories. Records is the actual data that's going in there. So this is our first screenshot. Those of you that have all 10 in, you can come back and get this screenshot later if you need to, because this is, I can see that you created the categories and have 10 records. So that's your first screenshot. Again, in my screenshot, I can see the fields or categories you made, and then that you have the 10 records. Then I'm going to jump back here. I'm going to create a query. I'm going to go to Query Design. It asks me, what are you going to get a query from? Table 1. I'm just going to hit Add. So in my first query, I want it to display first name, last name, and if they have a car. All right, so since on this one, since like for mine, my first one I'm querying a yes, no, and since it's not text-based, it's just on that yes, no box, and criteria for has a car, I just put yes in here without any quotes or anything. And so from here, if I hit run, my first query worked. It grabbed everybody in my list that has a car. So And actually for our screenshot, we'll do design view, because then I can see you added the table correctly, you added fields, and you set a criteria for your query. So right here, I'm going to print screen. And then come down here. This is my first query I tried. Then I'm just going to kick this one down to the top of the next page. No big deal, since we're doing it digitally, to have it on a couple pages. It's much easier if you just do 2 screenshots per page. So then I'm going to go ahead and jump back to Access. Double check you saved query 1. I'm just calling it query 1. We don't need anything fancy. Or you could label the query. So has a car. So we know that whatever I queried has a car. And I'm going to go ahead and close this query. And then I'm going to go back to create a new query design from table 1. So I'm going to add and first name, last name, favorite lunch destination, and this time I'm going to set a favorite lunch for Granny's. Let me So again, this is design view, and I am looking for whatever one of my friends, their favorite place to eat is Granny's, which was where everybody would go to hang out and eat when I was your guys' age. So this is text-based. So it's the yes/no one, I could just type in yes. This one, it's grabbing a word I typed in, so I need it in quotes. So I've typed in Granny's in quotes, and then I can run it. So I hit run here in the toolbar, and it shows me the 3 people that their favorite place to eat was Granny's. So I'm going to come back here, back to my design view. And here's my print screen, because this is my second query. And I'll paste that. So that's my design view. And again, I'm going to save this just in case I need it, and I'll just go ahead and name favorite lunch. Yours might be different, just depends whatever data you charted of your friends. So I make sure I have that saved. I'm all good. Just make sure you save the screenshots and submit those under the personal database one. Let's double check the name on the assignment for that. Access Quiz Personal Database is where you submit it.